Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger comic book review. We have two books left. One is the huge book from Marvel this week, and the other one is a book that probably nobody else except me got, and that's okay because I still wanted to read it anyway. Consequences, AVX, #1.
Ah, that's the book we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, well, a lot of people said they weren't going to get the mini. I really didn't want to get the mini, but I had to know what, I wanted to see how they're going to wrap it up. And on Dark Avenger Inc., I'm going to be doing issue 1 through 5. So if you guys aren't sure if you want it yet, wait around a bit and I'll let you guys know. Starts off with Wolverine and his X-Men going to Wakanda to try to clean up the mess that Scott left. And Storm actually says, don't turn back now, because they see mutants on sight they kill. And we then go to Cyclops, who's now in prison, and he thinks he's being treated like one of the top-notch prisoners, and it turns out he's just another prisoner, and they make sure to make that quite clear in several parts of this issue. But now that there are more mutants, once again, like when the mutants were around before M-Day, now they're trying to figure out a way to control them again. And then we go to Hope, who is confronted by Scarlet Witch and Captain America, and now basically her job is done. The Phoenix Force is gone, and her whole purpose was the Phoenix Force. And also we get a little glimpse into the fact that Nate woke up, Cable, and he disappeared, and he left her a note saying, don't come after me. So this is basically setting up for a lot of the Marvel Now events or issues to come. This one is Cable and the X-Force. Also in this we find out that, Cap's like, what do you want to do now? And Hope's like, well, my purpose is done. I don't have anything left to do. I just want to be normal, I guess. And that's what happens. And now they're on the search for the other X-Men, the ones that were working with Cyclops. And they keep almost catching Magneto, but he's just one step ahead of the game. Cap goes to Wolverine to try to talk to Scott Summers to get him to try to talk to his people to let them come in. He's like, we don't want to arrest all of them. Some of them just need a really good talk. We just need to talk with them. We can't just let it go without having a conversation at least. And Wolverine's like, up here, I know what I have to do. But in here, all I want to do is this to Scott Summers. And Cap's like, I understand how you feel, Logan, but, this is something we need to do, We need somebody on our side. He believes that somebody on their side isn't exactly on their side, and he wants Wolverine to go talk to Cyclops to figure out who exactly is the person that's not on their side, and to get Cyclops to actually talk to his people. And it's kind of left off like that's exactly how it's left off. I didn't like the artwork on the last page though. Wolverine's face kind of looks like he just went through a lawnmower.
Yeah.
The next issue will have the confrontation, or the conversation, I say confrontation because it's going to come to that, between Cyclops and Wolverine. Would I say to pick this miniseries up? Is it worth it? From the first issue, I cannot give you guys that answer yet. Hold off a bit, guys, and I'll let you know maybe by issue 2 or 3 if it's worth even checking out. Right now, it's running parallel to the next book that we're going to talk about. And not give too many spoilers away because this is a huge book. I got the Avenger cover thinking it was going to be something different. Lo and behold, I was wrong. Uncanny Avengers #1, the Avenger cover where the X-Men are basically black and white. I won't be doing this again. I'm just going to get the regular cover. And here it is. The first Marvel Now book. The Justice League book to Marvel's New 52, so to speak, without relaunching their universe. Thank you, Marvel, for not doing that.
Oh, of course, yeah. Starts
off with somebody in Avalanche's mind, and it's a gruesome scene actually. He takes out half of his... This book is heavy on the brains, and they implant a machine or something inside of Avalanche's brain instead. Next is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish page eulogy that Wolverine gives for Professor Xavier. And in between each of the panels, Alex Summers goes to see his brother in jail, and he's basically saying, Scott, you know, you were wrong. You just had to do it. You couldn't help yourself.
Havoc.
That's Havoc. Yeah, Havoc's in this book. He's like, you know, you had to be right. You knew what the Phoenix Force did to Jean, and you still had to march in there and do and make sure that it was bad. And now look what you did. And Scott's not happy. He doesn't care. He basically said, you know, I spent my entire life fighting for Professor X's dream. I learned better. And basically, they make it look like, straight from the beginning, Cyclops is lost. He believes his way was the right way, and everything else is wrong. And he's like, and Alex says his last words, you didn't learn anything. You forgot everything, as a matter of fact. You forgot everything Charles taught you, and then you killed him. And that's where they leave you up with Cyclops. And then Thor and Captain America show up, and they're like, we want you to join a special team of Avengers. And Havoc's not really too keen on it. And that's when...
But isn't he part of the X Factor, sort of?
He is, but they want him to join the Avengers as well. They actually make mention... There's actually a page where it says right here, affiliation, X-Men, X Factor.
Actually, I would like to see Havoc join the Avengers.
He does. He's going to be the leader of this new team. Avalanche shows up, and Havoc works with Thor and Captain America to try to stop him. Of course, it turns out that Avalanche is being mind-controlled because of the beginning of the book. There's a scene between Rogue and Wanda where Rogue is... Everybody's blaming Scarlet Witch for what happened. Yes, it's her fault, but God, she didn't force Scott Summers to become the Phoenix either. And the rest of the book, I'm leaving... I'm going to be mum on, especially the last page.
What?
Oh, yeah. But we all saw from the cover of issue 2, it does involve the Red Skull. I will say that. The last page does involve the Red Skull. I'm not going to say what it involves him doing. But man, oh man, what a shocking last page. When I saw this last page, I was like...
So Schmidt returns, huh?
Johann Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Yeah. Schmidt's back. You know, in an interview recently, the guy that played Red Skull, Hugo, whatever his last name is, actually said he doesn't want to play Red Skull again.
Why? He was a perfect Red Skull.
I don't know, but in a recent interview, he says, I hope Marvel doesn't come back to me to play the Red Skull.
I can't believe I forgot the cast name that did DVD. Then again, it's late, so right now my brain's like...
So the artwork's really good. This story was amazing. For anybody who had any doubts about Marvel Now, if Marvel Now books kick as hard as this book did, all of the #1s, Marvel Now is going to be a huge success. Guys, out of every single book I reviewed here, and I'm exhausted, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it's very late, I know, it's crazy. We're exhausted, that's probably why this review looks kind of like, and I apologize, and that's why I'm, like, falling over my own words, because we're both exhausted, and he has school in the early morning, I have it later on, and then I have work. And it's, yeah, we're falling over our words. I apologize, guys, but I promised you guys you would get the comic review not, you know, not 1 day late. So, not more than 1 day late. So we actually forced ourselves to stay up and get this comic review for you guys.
Unless no midterm or final papers come into play, and you know how big those are. Believe me.
So in this book we have Wolverine's eulogy. To sum it up. Captain America and Thor asking Havoc to lead a new Avenger team, the Uncanny Avengers. We have Alex Summers before that telling his brother, you know, you deserve everything you get and you were wrong, and basically scolding his older brother, so to speak. And then actually Captain America was worried that some of Scott's ideals passed on to Alex. And Alex is like, I'm not like my brother. My brother's... I don't know who my brother is anymore, but I'm not like him, and I don't agree with anything he's done. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next in this book. I'm looking forward to the whole Red Skull arc, this whole first arc. It's really good, and as I said, guys, if all the Marvel Now books kick as hard as this book does, man, are you guys going to love a lot of the Marvel Now #1s, just like I figured everybody would. I said from day one, only about 3 books out of all the Marvel Now #1s announced thus far, I'm probably going to end up dropping after issue 1. Avengers Arena, FF, and, shoot, I think you with X-Men Legacy.
Well, that is depending on how the issue is.
Oh, Uncanny X-Force. The new Uncanny X-Force.
Yeah, but like you said, also X-Men Legacy, but I'll make the judge of that.
Yeah, but that's yours. It was Uncanny X-Force that I was talking about. Is my third.
Yeah, well, you kind of are into X-Men Legacy, sort of.
So, guys, I left out a lot of this book on purpose. This and Batman 13 were the books to get this week in comics. Out of all the books I read, this was one of my top. This is book of the week. This is book of the week. Followed right behind it was Batman 13 with the Joker. The only reason this was book of the week was because I've been waiting for Uncanny Avengers forever, and this book was spectacular. Not one part of this book was boring. You will love it from cover to cover. It is worth the $3.99. Has AR in it. I haven't tested the AR. I never do that. I have my iPod right here. I could do it on live, but I'm not. Really good book. Absolutely must buy along with Batman 13 this week. Enough said. You will be shocked by the last page of this book. Get this book. You won't be sorry. Out of all the Avenger books, this book I believe I'll be buying all the way until they renumber it or end it. This is really good. Definitely get it. Don't get the variant though, because now I really wish I just would have gotten the original cover, because then everything would have been colored in. But that's it for this week, guys. It's 4 in the morning. Let's end this, Michael. And once again, guys, I really apologize if I was stumbling over my words. If you know, we actually had to do a retake of the second part because I just was so horrible in the second part, the first take, that we had to do a second take. But yeah, so hopefully next week will be better. If you enjoyed this video, there's a sub button above it, and there's a sub button also on Dark Avenger Inc. Huge things from both channels. You're not going to want to miss out on a single thing from either channel. So please, if you enjoyed this video, do click a sub button here, and then scoot over to Dark Avenger Inc. and give that a sub as well. We don't do the thumbs up and down. I just don't like thumbs. So if you like this video, show YouTube you liked it by giving it a favorite. The thing I love most on all my videos are comments. Long, short, and in between. Please feel free to leave as many comments as you like, as long or as short of a comment as you like. Likes, dislikes, questions. Don't ask me to spoil this book. I will actually be spoiling it, I just remembered, on Dark Avenger Inc. I will have an in-depth review of this book up very soon for Dark Avenger Inc. So if you want spoilers, don't bother asking here. Just go to Dark Avenger Inc. Like I said, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my in-depth review on there instead, where I will be giving you guys page by page what's going on in this book. That's another reason why I didn't say too much about this book. Let's get through them now, shall we? Uncanny Avengers #1. Your must-have of the week. Amazing. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 5. Amazing, awesome book. AVX Consequences #1, I leave up to you guys. It's a mini-series. I'll be doing an overview of the whole thing when the whole 5 issues come out. Invisible Iron Man 526, amazing. If you've been buying it, definitely. If you haven't, not jump on friendly at all. Wait till Iron Man #1. Captain America 18, awesome. Wolverine and the X-Men 18 was really good. When are they going to kill Cade Kilgore? That SOB just killed one of my favorite students at the Jean Grey School of High Learning. I hate him. I want him dead. This is not a healthy thing for me. So please, Marvel, save me from going insane and kill Cade Kilgore. Please. Out of all the people you killed this week, you couldn't have killed him? This is a very unhealthy obsession with me wanting a fictional character to die. I'm going to stop now. Scarlet Spider 10, Part 2 of Minimum Carnage, really good. I would definitely say check it out. Avengers, End Times, Avengers 31, check it out. The last story arc for Brian Michael Bendis on the Avengers. Wolverine 314, pretty good. I leave it up to you guys. The first X-Men, I completely leave up to you guys, as well as Deadpool 62, which was pretty good if you enjoy Deadpool. And Secret Avengers 32. All up to you guys. These 2 books depends on the next issue. I'm coming back. Batman 13, your other book that you definitely got to get this week from your local comic shop. Green Lantern Corps 13, I don't know. I want the Third Army to work for me, but it just seems like so much is changing in the Green Lantern world at the same time, and I know this is leading into something bigger, so my mind is thinking, what's the bigger picture here? But I leave it up to you guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Color Classic 5, as always, best.
Yes, great issue. Can't wait to read the next one.
Definitely check that out. Transformers #10. Remember, panel by panel read it, or else you're going to get lost. But really good. Transformers Regeneration 1, #84. As I've said, Regeneration 1, the best book out of the Transformer line. And Futurama 63 for those of you Futurama fans. Thank you guys for living through these 3 parts of me stumbling over every single word there is possible to man. Next week, I promise it'll be an earlier time and it will be on time. But like I said, we promised you guys it would be no later than 1 day. So we are doing it the day after we normally do it. It'll be up the day after we normally upload it. So you guys got your review. Even though it's a day later, you got it on time or as promised. Take care, everybody. See you guys really soon in another Dark Avenger comic book review and in future videos on Dark Avenger Inc. Definitely, if you haven't already, go check out Dark Avenger Inc. and definitely click that sub button. New videos practically every day. Take care, everybody. See you guys real soon.
Later, guys. Good night, Chris.